Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Film Talk. We are literally rebooting this. I'm Mac, and this is my co-host Scott.
Yo.
He is actually a former acquaintance on the tech podcast that we used to do in the past. He's actually a writer. You're a writer, right? Am I correct?
Yes, all right.
He's a writer, and right now I just told him, hey, let's just do a show where, at first I was like, let's just do a show where we take a bad movie and just try to redo it and fix it within 2 months. And then I thought, why don't we just do this with Film Talk? And I was like, hey, here we are. So guys, what we're going to do, this is Film Talk, and we're reworking the show a little bit. So we're going to take any medium form, whether it's a TV show or a movie, and we're going to try to rework probably either something on, if it's a show, we'll try to rework something on a show episode, or if it's a movie, we're going to try to rework some things like the movie. But we only get 2 months to rework that show. Well, 2 months to rework either a season of a show, or 2 months to rework a whole entire movie. So that's the caveat, people. 2 months. All right. So Scott, you want me to start? Or you want to go? I mean, well, first, let's just talk about. Can we just go over what's wrong with this damn film?
Well, let's name the film first.
Oh, the film is the film that I hate the most, by Zack Snyder. Batman v Superman.
I don't hate this movie.
I look.
It's got some decent things in it.
I agree with you. Batman v BBS is just
it's a mess. I'm not gonna like.
Look,
the whole third act is a complete shit show.
Oh yes. Look, I think my problem is there's some issues in this. I think while I'll talk about let's talk to one of the big things I'm gonna talk about some of the big things. First thing first, I felt like Batman versus Superman did not earn it yet.
Yeah, I don't like that title at all.
I think if you were to make it sort of like,
it should be a Superman sequel. It should be a sequel to Man of Steel.
Yeah, if you wanted to sprinkle, I think they should have sprinkled in Batman a little bit.
Right, yeah. Like, I would call it like something like Superman World's Finest. Because if you're going to have Batman in it.
Yeah, the world, or just name it The World's Finest.
Or the world's. You need the name recognition of at least one of the characters.
Yeah, like Superman, The World's Finest.
Imagine if there wasn't like all that buildup of like, oh, this is Batman versus Superman.
Right.
And then in the movie, the fight's like 7 minutes.
Exactly. It was 7 minutes. Batman about killed him.
And the whole Dawn of Justice. Just drop that entirely.
Drop that entirely. It's just.
I hate to say this, but I think they need to drop Wonder Woman entirely. She doesn't work.
I agree. You know what? Scott, this is why I put you on this show. Because I want you to get out my head. I was thinking the exact same thing. I thought Wonder Woman. Look,
she's great. Gal Gadot is as
perfect
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, perfect casting.
And you could do because, I mean, the whole movie, like, there are 3 people investigating Lex Luthor from different angles.
Right.
You got to cut at least one of them out. You have Lois and Bruce going after Lex from different angles. Bruce from the kryptonite angle.
Right.
Lois from the bullet angle.
Right.
And then they converge. And you swap out Diana in those, like, ballroom scenes with Lois. And it works a lot better.
It works a lot better, yeah, because it makes it seem like he's, like Clark, who is he?
It becomes more of a Superman sequel that way instead of a Justice League setup.
Right. And also as an added bonus, I mean, you could probably hint Diana in there a little bit, but don't.
Yeah, like, I mean, you can have Bruce find that picture at the end.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, there's Wonder Woman.
There's Wonder Woman, yeah. And I mean. Well, I think,
and I want to hint at like other characters like Cyborg. I want them to.
Yeah, I think what they should have done with Diana was that whole video screen at the end. She should have been a part of it because that was just a better team.
I don't think they should do the whole video screen. I think Bruce should just like find the picture of
Okay.
Wonder Woman from 1917 and be like, oh, there are others out there.
Right.
And that's like his hint to the Justice League, but it doesn't overtake the third act
Right.
by cutting into it midway through and be like, here's a preview for the next movie.
Right. Look, I know a lot of, let me talk about one positive about the film. Look, I know a lot of people really hate Jason Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, and I understand this. I
I do too.
But I don't think I think this is more so Zack Snyder putting them in that direction. Because like I said before, the boy can act. He can act.
And he has some good moments in the movie.
Yeah,
It just goes a little too far at times.
He was good. Like, okay, let me put it like this. At the beginning of the film, I liked it. And then once it got to the second half, I was like, oh crap, you're being like, I felt like I just might as well just say it's about sending a message. I was like,
yeah, I mean, it also doesn't help that his plan makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does not make no sense. I felt like the part where I was like, what the F of WTF moment was when he was talking about he was being normal. It's like, hey, this is nice, cool, and a lot of people will find it perfect. Oh crap! No! Stop! You were doing so well, Jesse. You just
he was doing like in Jupiter Ascending, the Eddie Redmayne whisper to yelling, low talking to it was, and he was such a manic character.
Yeah,
he didn't fit Lex Luthor in my opinion.
I agree, but I think if you went first half, first half, I think it would have worked, and then gave him a better.
Just reel him in a little bit. We can't really do much with that because we do only have the 2 months after the fact of all this being out. So we just have to kind of cut around a little bit, cut that Jolly Rancher.
There we go.
Get rid of that Jolly Rancher.
That is a deleted scene.
I don't know why it's in there.
I don't know, but if some people love
and probably cut the end scene with him in prison, because in my mind, I don't think he should end up in prison at the end of this.
I agree. I don't think he should end up in prison. I think. Yeah. Look.
I have one big thing that I want to change.
What?
Scoot McNairy's character. I can't remember what his name is. The guy in the wheelchair.
Right.
He shouldn't be a bomb. He should be Metallo. Like,
I like
make that
idea.
Dude Metallo. He is the build-up. Like, you're building up this character to have such a grudge against Superman. Have Lex turn him into a murder robot powered by kryptonite.
I like that idea. I love that idea. Yeah. I like that idea.
Reuse some of the Doomsday footage and just place over Metallo, like a better design for Metallo.
You know what? I actually, okay. My idea was, man, you literally took something out of my mind because I was sitting there thinking a villain, but a different villain. My problem was I would have just had Lex do some type of crazy plan that involves something like he got. I mean, I think Lex still should find a way to do something like at the end. The whole point of him going to prison, which I disagree with. Actually, I disagree with him going to prison. Is he technically killed Superman? So I think what I would do is to make it like not only the comic but the cartoon is he kidnapped. Like I literally will cut out me technically. Doomsday is getting cut out. I don't call him Doomsday.
I don't want Doomsday at all. I don't want Doomsday in that movie at all.
Me neither. I'm not even calling him Doomsday. I call him an abomination.
He looks like Abomination from the Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. I just call him Abomination because that's basically what he is.
Mm-hmm. But I think we should cut the Kryptonite spear. I
do agree.
Yeah, because I think Lex should hang on to the Kryptonite and use it to make Metallo.
Yeah, I like yours. Mine's is just cutting out the fight. Mine is cutting out the fight between the fight between Batman and Superman. I think this is what I do. I cut out the entire.
I think unfortunately we have to keep the fight because of how much of the first half of the film is set up for that.
True, I agree. I think. Look,
but I think without the expectation of them fighting, The fact that they fight will, like, and it's only a short fight, won't be as, like, oh, this was the whole movie. This was supposed to be the whole movie.
Right.
Instead, it's just, like, a minor part of it. So, like, it won't be as bad.
Okay, I can agree with that. I can get down with that. So keep the fight in. But I think what should happen is that I'm going to take out all the Martha. I just want to say, hey, wait. They got my mom. They got my look. You got
my mom's.
They got my mom. So
it's so weird that he talks about parents immediately before going into the Martha scene.
Right.
Bruce's whole speech leading up to that is like, "Oh, what did your parents teach you?" And then, like, he finds out that he has parents. He's like, "Why did you say that? Like, what's happening?"
Yeah, I heard that. What happened? Yeah, I think what I would do is just simply just, it's certainly like I think during the fight, I don't want Batman to like go up and try to kill him and have him down. I think I would like to see like a standstill where they're actually trying to get up. Like Superman is like really hurt. He is hurt, and it's literally both of them are equal because I like that. I like having a standstill and literally it's like, wait. He said we can do this all day, but I'm telling you right now, the only reason I'm fighting you is Lex. And he's like, I've been investigating like Lex all day. What you got? He said, how can I trust you? He said, I know you can't, but you got to, okay.
Yeah, I mean the end of the fight is probably always going to be a little sloppy just because the lead up to the fight is sloppy. Mm-hmm. And we can't do much about that.
Yeah.
So having them like suddenly stop fighting is almost inevitable.
Yeah. We gotta make them stop fighting. But I would have them stop fighting, and I was gonna literally do something to where Batman, the whole warehouse thing. I'm keeping that in you. The warehouse thing is staying. That is staying.
Does he save Martha though, or is he saving someone else?
He's saving Martha. I still want to see him.
I was thinking like maybe he saves like Lois, like in that.
No, that's actually a better idea. Save Lois.
Just because, like, why does Lex just like push her off the building just to get Superman's attention? I feel like
makes no sense. I agree with you. Yeah, that would make sense. And also, as an added bonus, Lex do not know he is Superman. That's
kind of the genius. You gotta do a little bit of build up with Clark because like Clark in this movie does not feel like a separate character.
Yeah.
And that's the whole idea of like Lex not realizing that Clark is Superman because Clark is such a different being that Lex just looks past him.
Yeah, I think if you were to, that's what I'll do. Like build up a little bit more story with Clark.
Yeah, because because you're having him investigate like Batman. Have him interacting more with Perry. There's like 2 scenes of him with Perry and arguing like, "Oh, this is what we should be doing."
Yeah, and let him literally just disobey Perry and him go to Gotham and literally.
They do that in the extended edition, but they don't really like. They don't make Clark like his own character. He just feels like Superman investigating Batman for some reason.
Right. I agree with you. Well, we both agree with a lot of stuff because I mean, I'm playing keep the warehouse scene, save Lois. I was going to end it right there where he just literally just gets away with it, and he says, "I didn't do this." He said, "You said you're like Superman says you're going to prison for what?" I said,
"What proof do you have?"
What proof do you have that I did this? That's Lex. So find a way to get out of it. You have no proof. I own the judge. What's the point? I will get away with this. But I like your Metallo point where I do like just I think we should merge them because I really like Metallo. Just like he comes out there and he's like, Superman, I'm coming for you. And
exactly. Yeah, he shows up with the kryptonite glowing from his chest, and like Superman can't fight him.
And then just literally just at the end of the month, like Batman is trying to get back to Metropolis. And Batman comes in like he literally used a kryptonite laser on him like that. And he's literally about to do it, and then Bruce just comes in and punches him in the face, and he's like, "I got you back." And then we get the team up, and then Batman's getting beat up a little bit.
Batman even has that like connection to Metallo now, because he's a former employee. He saved his life.
Right. That'd be perfect. Yeah.
It all meshes together, and it felt like the movie was building to that. And then they blew him up at Congress.
Yeah, and I hated that.
My idea, since he's not the bomb in this one, he's still there, but the bomb should be the painting that he shows to the congresswoman, the one that he's like, that should be upside down.
Right.
So when she sees it in Congress, it's upside down. It's painted with like a lead-based paint to cover the bomb that he's hidden in it.
Right.
And then it blows up Congress.
Yeah, the sweet, like the grainy sweet tea. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cut the piss.
Cut the piss. I like that. Cut the piss. Yeah, I would cut that. I like that.
Yeah, and then like throughout the movie, Metallo is just getting progressively worse. Right. And then Lex is like, "Hey, I've got this technology that this doctor from Star Labs was using to fix his son, and that's our cyborg hint." We don't like go to like footage of Cyborg being built. We're just like, a doctor did this once.
Right.
So we're gonna do this with your body, but we're gonna power it with kryptonite now.
Right. So and I like the idea because Cyborg is like fully cyborg. It's just his legs is messed up. So
exactly.
He fixes legs, but
he would get a little bit more messed up from the bomb at Congress.
Okay.
But he still wouldn't be like full on cyborg. Only has like part of his face.
Like, I think if you just I think what they should do is his torso is gone and it's just torso and one arm left.
Right. Yeah.
And RoboCop it. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Do it like RoboCop. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he has one arm and then you literally have him get one arm and.
Yeah, and even like you can even do like in RoboCop and have Lex be like, "Oh, get rid of the arm. We don't need the arm. We're gonna give him better arms."
Yeah, build him better arms, and then they can literally do stuff. And I think I like your idea. I think in the end, let Batman, like Batman is about to get like Superman's about to get beat, like about to get killed, and
Lex isn't even like plotting to get Batman to fight Superman.
Yeah,
that shouldn't be a thing. Like Batman's just going to fight Superman because that's what he wants to do.
That's what he wants him to do. Like he wants him to do that. I think the plot should be Lex is trying to create something to get rid of Superman, and
he's trying to frame Superman for all this shit.
Yeah, and he can't do it. Like
while building a murder robot.
Awesome. Exactly. It's awesome. Yeah,
it's very comic booky.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna build my murder robot.
Yeah.
And this, I think this is what should be the plan. I think I would change his morals a little bit. Like instead of him just like, I just want to kill a guy, it's more so he tells Superman like, hey, you work for me, you scratch my back, I scratch yours,
So he's trying to get him to work for him?
Yeah, that's a Lex Luthor thing. That's such a Lex Luthor thing.
It is. I'm just trying to. I'm wondering if we'd be able to do that with the footage that we have.
I know, right? But that would be such a better thing to do than what we got because it's such a Lex Luthor thing. Like Lex doesn't benefit from killing Superman, but
no. I mean, his. I guess this whole thing is that he wants to kill Superman because, like Batman in this movie, he perceives him as a threat to humanity.
Right.
Like,
I agree with
Lex
that.
Lex is like the good, in his mind, he's the good guy.
Yeah.
He's saving humanity for humanity from humanity's perspective.
Right. And I think we do that, put that on Lex a little bit, it makes it seem a little bit better. If we flip it a little bit and make Lex basically have Batman persona, like he's going to destroy the world, I'm telling you, and we need to I really think we should do the whole Tony Stark type of thing where I want to wrap the world in an iron suit sort of thing.
Like Metallo would be almost like a predecessor to his other kryptonite-based drones and whatnot.
Right.
That'll protect the world from the only threat they really know of, which is Kryptonians.
Yeah, and I think if you were to do it like that, to where, I mean, like I said,
looking like an inverted Tony Stark.
Yeah, he wants to literally profit from it. He want to profit from it. He said, if I can't profit from Superman, what's the use of me and use of having Superman? Like, I think if Lex literally goes, because to me, Lex big issue is money. He wants money.
But in this movie, he's more the mad scientist.
I agree, but I think that's my issue is the mad scientist. I
don't know if we can make him the businessman. I think what we could do, because they kind of do hint at Lex Senior a little bit. Mm-hmm. That could be like set up for a sequel where Lex Senior comes back and he's the more business-minded person. He's like, we're going to take what you did with your murder robot and we're going to build a net around the world from these Kryptonians, these danger.
You know what? I got a better idea. We just literally how about this? We throw Lex Jr. in jail. And hear me out.
Okay.
Lex Jr. in jail. He goes to jail. Lex Sr. comes up. Turns out to be Bryan Cranston. He says, "You have failed me, son."
I was thinking Christoph Waltz. Because he does kind of say that he's German.
That works too. I do like Christoph Waltz. I can picture him, but he's already in Bond, and I'm like,
he's already like a Blofeld, so he'll probably be bald in the next one.
Yeah. I mean, Bryan Cranston would be awesome. I like yours. Don't get me wrong. But
I like Bryan Cranston too, because he's. I mean, they're both pretty likable, but like Bryan Cranston's a little bit more likable.
Yeah, like you can just walk up. He just walked up to, like, instead of Batman walking to the cell. It's just literally him, like, just walking down the steps. He said, you can't. He said, he's just sitting up there walking. You know, he's doing his little crazy stick where I'm gonna keep. Like, we can't change him, so he's sitting there smiling and happy and all that. And then all of a sudden, he turns around and he just sitting up there. It's Bryan Cranston. It's a shadow. You don't see his face, and he just sitting up there. And I want them to pan in on his face as he just it goes from like a nice smile to a big frown, like. What the fuck? What the hell?
What did you do? I told you all this information about Superman, and this is what you do. You build a murder robot.
Yeah, I could do better than this. You failed me. And then he said, no,
I'm going to take your idea and I'm going to make it better.
Make it better, way better. So
that's not bad. I don't mind that actually. In visiting the manic Lex in prison,
and that's not the real Lex. So that way you can.
Well, they can both kind of be the real Lex because they both would almost represent the different versions of Lex in the comic book history.
Right. I think that
the mad scientist from the early days, and then the businessman who becomes president.
Right. I think that's what he would do. He just comes in there and he's like, I gave you this business. I gave you, like, just literally said, I gave you Metropolis. I gave you the Metropolis branch.
I gave you LexCorp.
I gave you LexCorp, and you screwed it all up, and you besmirched my name. He said, son, I just wanted to give you everything you wanted.
Yeah. It's almost like the Cillian Murphy in Inception. Like he's always disappointing his father.
Yeah. He's like I feel like if you were to literally just go and just do like a back and forth between them, and he's like, no. He said, don't worry. I got this. He said, you just stay in here basically in timeout for a while I go out and clean up your mess.
Right.
He just turns around and he just does the whole manic thing of talking shit to him as he's doing it. He said, this is it. He said, there's something out there.
You can, I guess you still got to do the whole the ship thing because there's so much of that's built into the first act.
Yeah. You got to keep that.
So then you have to have him like making contact with Darkseid, so he can be like, "But Dad, you don't understand. There's aliens coming, and they're not Kryptonian this time."
He said, "Don't worry, son. Now I'll fix your." I like that idea. Just keep the ship, and he sees Darkseid. Senior knows, Senior knows.
We could move it around even a little bit so that he doesn't get the ship so quickly. The whole movie, he's trying to get access, and that's why he blows up Congress in the first place.
Right.
And then at the end of the movie, he finally gets access, and then he uses that to maybe build Metallo in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the next movie, like they'll have more of the ship. They'll still be able to use the ship.
Yeah, I like that.
They didn't make it Doomsday.
Right. So yeah, I think came up with some good ideas for this movie. Good ideas. I think we got an Oscar winner.
I don't know about that, but we probably got
special
a better
effects.
Movie, probably a shorter movie.
Yeah, better, shorter movie, better. I mean, this is way better. I will watch the crap out of this film. I know a lot of people want us to just go ahead and just talk about Justice League. No, we are not going to talk about Justice League. That's for another episode. There's a lot of things I want to fix about Justice League.
There are too many movies where Superman's like dead body is being manhandled by superheroes. Why are there more than one? Why is there more than one?
You're right. Like, what? Why?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, this movie has that weird shot where they're like passing his body down to Wonder Woman so that Lois can cradle him, and it's just like, why doesn't she just go up there?
Yeah.
Where he is.
Why? Yeah.
Why is this scene in this movie?
Why is Superman dead?
That's a bigger question.
Yeah, I don't look. As much as that, look, that's a surprising thing for you. You know, I hate Superman, but my problem was they killed him too quickly.
Right.
I felt like I look, as much as I enjoyed and reveled in Superman dying in the comics, it was earned. Everything was earned. They didn't earn this death, so it was never earned because I really wanted them to build up to killing Superman. You got to build up to Doomsday. Superman has to be like, when they killed Superman, I was like, he was only on the planet for a year, and you just killed him.
Yeah, there should be more time between movies.
Yeah,
and like I was also thinking, actually, since Gotham and Metropolis are so close, Superman should have been helping out Gotham, and it's actually getting better. And then Batman shows up, and it starts getting worse again.
Yeah,
and that's why Superman's so mad at Batman.
Right, and also sequel. So here's what we're gonna do. Now that we fixed it, I'm gonna add actual caveat to it. What will be our sequel? How will we pitch the sequel? So we're getting free reigns. We're getting to pitch a sequel. How would you pitch a sequel of your said film to Warner Brothers?
I mean, the next movie would have to be Justice League, right? I mean, that was their plan all along. They were like, okay, you're going to do these two guys teaming up plus all these other people for some reason.
Right.
And now here's Justice League.
Right.
So I guess you kind of have to go into Justice League. I mean, you have Wonder Woman in between.
Right. Look,
so you set up Wonder Woman. You have the Trinity already set up. You could have Batman cameo at the end of Wonder Woman in some capacity because he found her picture in Batman v Superman or whatever we're calling it.
Right.
And then by Justice League, he's like, okay, we're going to find this team, all three of us, the Trinity. We're going to find this team, put them together because there's a threat coming. See,
I agree with you. I would actually say that Bruce Wayne just finds Diana at the end of, that was my only issue. At the end of Wonder Woman, it was like, whoa, there's a battle going on. I'm going towards it. No, I feel like the ending should have been more. If Diana isn't in this film, I feel like the ending should have been sort of like Bruce Wayne is just going to visit her, and she's on the statue like claiming something, and he's like, Diana Prince, I heard it.
I heard you're wonderful.
I heard you're wonderful. Yeah, like that. Like I heard you're wonderful.
Something stupid.
Yeah, something stupid or silly. And then she comes down from the ladder and said, "How do you know my name? And who are you?"
He just approaches every superhero the same way. Like, hey, I hear you talk to fish. I hear you're really fast.
Yeah, but I feel like what should happen? This is what I think should happen. Like, he literally goes up to her and this is like not an end credit scene. This is like the end of the movie. He just go into her desk and said, "What do you want? What do you want? And how do you know my name?" Bruce just throws the photo on her desk and says, "This is what I'm talking about." And then she's like, "Oh shit!"
And then the Wonder Woman theme plays.
And then the Wonder Woman theme plays. And
the drums.
Here we go. The Wonder Woman theme plays, and she tries to punch Bruce. Superman stops her.
That's not bad.
He said, "We're." And then Batman said, and then Superman.
Hey, we're the world's finest.
Yeah, we're the world's finest.
Come join our Trinity.
That's funny. No, I would say Superman stops him, and he says, "That's a nice punch." And he said, "We're trying to form a team."
No, actually, like show him struggling, holding her back.
Yeah. I like that. Like, he said, "That's a nice punch." He said, "That's a nice punch." He said, "We're trying to form a team. We're wondering if you want to join us," and then just end the film right there. I like that.
Yeah, you could do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Justice League is. Something. I guess just go dark side right away.
Yeah, I wanted full Darkseid. I'm sick.
Yeah, if we're gonna jump right into Justice League, screw it.
Screw it. You need something. Steppenwolf sucks. I was like, in the comic, he's fuck. I remember I watched the movie and I was like, oh good. And said, oh good, Justice League. We're gonna get. I heard they're getting the mother box, and I was like, oh crap, Darkseid. And I was sitting there putting in my head like, oh, Keith David is Darkseid. I love to see this. I would love to see Keith David. Oh, this would be awesome.
I was thinking Andre Braugher, but Keith David's good.
Keith David as Darkseid would be awesome. I was sitting there thinking that would be my dream. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's Steppenwolf. It's like,
oh.
You mean Darkseid's lackey?
His uncle?
His uncle? I was like, the first time I was sitting there thinking, this is the first thing I said, Darkseid's bitch? Nobody want to see Darkseid's bitch.
Imagine if in like Guardians of the Galaxy, Ronan was like, I am Thanos' nephew.
Why do you give a
Fear me.
Fear me.
Here's my hammer. It's basically the same.
Mighty hammer that I judge people with. But they made it look good, work in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy was very silly.
Yeah.
These movies are not silly.
Not silly. Yeah.
So that's a big problem for them.
That was my issue. That's my. If you want to get like one issue, and probably this is a future episode, my big issue already with Justice League is just Steppenwolf. It shouldn't have been Steppenwolf. I was so happy to see it because I was expecting Darkseid. I was like, I want to see Darkseid. I've been waiting to see that.
Darkseid would have been better.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have made the movie much better because, ultimately Steppenwolf had nothing to do, so Darkseid would have had nothing to do.
Yeah, true. But
if you actually attempted to make a better movie with Darkseid,
it would be awesome. It would have been awesome. I think they were looking at and it's funny because
imagine if they had built up to Darkseid, because then everyone would be like, oh, we're gonna get 7 movies where we're building up to Darkseid. Marvel just did this with Thanos. You're not gonna be able to do it better. Just get Darkseid out of the way. You can bring him back later, they always do.
Yeah, Darkseid don't die that easily. No. Like Thanos, you're like, oh yeah, you can kill him off. Darkseid is a character.
Cut off his head.
Yeah. You can cut off his head, but Darkseid comes back. So I think that's the problem. That's the issue. I think that's the problem with Marvel. That's the difference between Marvel and DC. Marvel knows that they can get rid of their bad guys, but DC thinks, oh, we got to be like Marvel. And I was like, no, you can put Darkseid in there, but Darkseid can't die that easily. So
yeah, just find a way to beat him that doesn't involve him being obliterated.
I mean, you can obliterate the man, but there's still his unconsciousness in another realm. So, I mean, I would literally just say they kill him, but they don't really technically kill him.
They just boom tomb him out of there or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a good way to end the show. This is pretty good. All right, so Scott, I picked the first film. I'm gonna let you pick the second film. What film should we do next?
Ooh, there are a lot of movies that could use fixing.
A blank.
I mean, we could do a recent one. We could go Rise of Skywalker.
Oh shit.
I don't know. It might be too soon. I was thinking I'd have to wait a year to watch that movie again.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if you really want to do Rise of Skywalker, I'm willing to do it because I don't know
if we could fix it in 2 months.
I don't know. That's a challenge.
Yeah, that would be a difficult challenge.
I mean, it's up to you. You can pick another one. I mean, if you really want to do that one, then pick another one.
You know what? Let's go Rise of Skywalker. Let's give ourselves a challenge.
Yeah. Because that's a challenge.
Because this one was I don't think it was that difficult.
No, it wasn't.
Ideas to fix.
Yeah, it was not that difficult to fix in 2 months. There's some things you could fix about it, but Rise of Skywalker
is a mess.
Yeah,
from beginning to end.
Yeah, I would have to literally. While I'm gonna be honest, Future Insight. Literally to fix that movie in 2 months, I literally would have to go back to Last Jedi and fix some stuff to make like Rise of Skywalker better.
Oh, I don't think we could do that.
I don't think we could. We couldn't, and that's how bad.
With 2 months after the Rise of Skywalker has been.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. They took. I wish I really had to have a new film because look. I'm gonna get hate here from these Star Wars fans, including you. I did not hate Last Jedi. I didn't hate it.
I like Last Jedi.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't hate
a poster.
it. Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I understand the hate for it. But
there are parts I don't like.
Yeah,
sure. Like every Star Wars movie.
Exactly. I think with this
some more than others.
I mean, I think with this one it's just a little bit more. But let's not give away all our stuff. We'll just save for the next episode. But what you got to plug, buddy?
Well, I've got a. When is this gonna be airing?
That's a good one. It'll probably be airing in. I'll probably say June, probably June.
Oh, okay. So this is gonna be after that. Never mind then. Yeah. I mean, just find me on Twitter at Chewbacca Defense. I'm on here. I'm on Is It Rotten on here, and I show up on other shows every once in a while.
All right. Cool. I'm Matt Poole. You can come find me at Tampa Buckfade 88 on Twitter, and also find me at GG Game Fixers on Twitter. That's the gamer Game Fixers Twitter. And go make sure you go find that out. And also in June, make sure I know a lot of stuff guys, I want to say this right now. I know a lot of things are opening right now. I'm actually planning on probably going out of town, but I know a lot of things are opening right now. I know it. But please keep your social distancing and make sure you wash your hands. Wash them good and stay safe out there because I keep hearing that there is a vaccine that they're working on and should have it done by September. But until then, people, practice your social distancing and be safe, people. Just be safe. Be safe. And have fun. And just keep watching the show. And watch your channel, please. Go. Just subscribe. Please, guys, subscribe. All right. Well, guys, that's it for this episode. We'll see you next time. Bye.